Since 1926, the Detroit Red Wing franchise has seen it all in the playoffs, responding to adversity at every corner. This year's version of the winged wheel has arrived at the playoff crossroads. The Phoenix Coyotes have given Lidstrom, Rafalski, Datsuk, and Zetterberg all they can handle in these first 3 games. The moment of truth is rapidly approaching. Can the Wings fight through adversity and take hold of this series? Joe Louis Arena will be alive once again tonight, craving the classic Red Wing resolve that will lead to victory.
The watchword here at the Joe is urgency, especially for the Red Wings. Let's turn things over to public address announcer, the Hall of Famer, Bud Lynch.
Now, fans, may we suggest you remove your hat. Non-active veterans, military personnel may keep their hats on. And singing the U.S. national anthem, the Red Wings' own Karen Newman.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Yes, the tradition continues. This game 4. And it'll either be a best 2 out of 3 series or a must-win Friday for the Red Wings. Here's a look at the starting goaltenders presented by Priority Health. Ilya Bryzgalov, a Vezina Trophy nominee, is the league's best goaltender, but a 3.34 goals against in this series. A .908 save percentage. Jimmy Howard, by his own admission, gave up untimely and ugly goals Sunday. But that's in the past, he says. Just stay in the present. Mike Lego wears number 3. Eric Furlat wears number 27. And as Mick mentioned in our open, the Red Wings have changed up their lines a bit tonight. Danny Cleary is on one side. Pavel Datsuk still in the middle. Johan Franzen on the other. And the Red Wings put their lineup second because Phoenix, Dave Tippett, they're going with their checking unit, Mick, of Pruka, Verbata, and Hansel. What do you think of the match?
Well, it's obvious there that Mike Babcock is challenging Pavel Datsuk to play better than the Hansel, Pruka, Verbata line. They were the top line in the game for both teams the other night. No question about that. They played a lot against Datsuk. They outplayed them, and that's the challenge for number 13, number 93, and the new member of that line, number 11, Dan Cleary. Left-hand shot on the right side, and we're all set to go.
And it'll be Hansel and Datsuk on the face-off with Game 4. Game 5 will be Friday night here on Fox Sports Detroit, back in Glendale, Arizona. Rafalski going back to get it. The crowd into it right off the start here, even with an early start. And a hand pass called, and the face-off will come back to center.
In that first 20 seconds, the Phoenix Coyotes changed their defense on Mike Babcock. He's not going to worry too much about that. What that means is that Dave Tippett wants to have Aucoin and Lepisto out with the Hansel group and against Datsuk. Interesting decision for Dave Tippett.
Red Wings 2-0, and it's previous postseason series with this franchise, Phoenix and Winnipeg. As the puck goes back into the Red Wing zone, Detroit defeated Phoenix 4-2 in the first round of the 98 playoffs and defeated Winnipeg 4-2 in the first round of the 96 postseason. As Pavel Datsyuk brings it in. Red Wings need a win here tonight. Get a chance at 6 again. Brought in O'Coin. To Pruka, good save, Jimmy Howard. He got the right pad down, and that came out across the line and offside. So Jimmy Howard into it early, and the Red Wings already with a better start than they had on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and already too good of a scoring chance for Peter Pruka, and Howard has to make a very good save. That's not a bad angle. Anytime you're on the dot to the middle, it's a decent shooting angle. And Howard had to make a good stop there. So Detroit again has got to find a better way to clog up the zones, and that's what Phoenix has done. If you'll notice, and we'll try to show you as the game goes on, boy, they don't get caught too often with less than 4 or 5 guys together.
A long shot in by McCulloch that was steered aside by Howard. Vernon Fiddler was back in the lineup after missing Sunday, and he's a big presence for this team. Draper couldn't pick it up cleanly. Out there with Eaves and Helm. Howard leaves it back there for Andreas Lilja. On defense with Jonathan Eriksson. Draper, rink-wide feed for Eriksson. Getting into the zone and right back out again. We mentioned the Red Wings talking about urgency here. Matching the speed of the Phoenix Coyotes as we get a stop in play and the face-off coming back to center ice. This game is available in crystal clear high definition on Fox Sports Detroit HD, sponsored by Comcast.
Another thing Detroit's going to try to do here tonight is get in on the Phoenix defense. They were not able to do much of that in Game 3 here Sunday afternoon. And they need to dump that puck in, but somebody's got to be going through center ice with some speed to be able to get on top of the defenders and not make them have all the time in the world. That should be out of play.
And it is stanchion. I don't know whether it's right off the glass, just inside the bench. Yeah.
Play continuing. Pressure on the D on for either team is going to usually create scoring chances.
The check line back out there for Phoenix. Now it's Zetterberg with Bertuzzi and Filppula. Bertuzzi's got it. Across for Filppula. Carries up along with Kronwall, who goes in deep. Pair of 55s in there as Joe Lanowski poked it around. Martin Hansel at his own line. Wanting the puck was McCulloch, but he went rink wide for Radim Vrbata. A rolling puck, and it goes to Brad Stewart, playing in his 100th postseason game of his career tonight.
Too many men. They just had too many men get away with it, so they can mark that one down for later on. Detroit bench will notice it, you know.
And the Red Wings got away with one on Sunday afternoon when Lidstrom played the puck from his own bench, which should have been interference at that point. Morris plays one deeper, brought out by Keith Yandel. 4 goals from this Phoenix defense, and Yandel's got 2. Stepniak shoots. Howard stopped it. Back to the line. Held in by Volsky.
Offside.
And it came out. So we'll get a stop in play.
They are changing lines at breakneck speeds here.
Well, this line, Zetterberg on a 2-game point streak with 5 points and 3 goals the past 2. Valtteri Filppula on a 2-game point streak with 3 goals in that span, along with Todd Bertuzzi, who's really helped out and could be a big body presence.
It was obvious that they took over Game 2 in Phoenix last Friday night. Zetterberg with 3, Filppula with 2, and you're right, Bertuzzi with all kinds of problems with Brzgalov in front of the net with his size.
Well, I think the Coyotes learned that night in Game 2. They don't want to get into a track meet with this Red Wing team. We get another whistle on the offside. They gladly take a walking marathon if they could. Dave Tippett doesn't want to go chance for chance with the Red Wings.
No, and usually when you're trailing, you do, and that's what happened. They were fighting from behind all night long in Game 2.
And isn't it funny, through these playoffs, 15 of the 23 games in all postseason this year, Mick, the winning team has trailed. The first 2 games of this series, that was the case, but not Sunday. Phoenix led early and did not fall behind. Another stop in play, so it really hasn't mattered. It's interesting, around the league in the postseason and all the games so close, trailing hasn't mattered.
No.
There's no way you can sit on a lead, and even we saw games last night. LA beat Vancouver up 4-1. Canucks made it close and had a goal called back. None of the games out of reach.
That's as big a lead as anybody's seen in the playoffs this year, 4-1. It's been, in this series, really, it's been goal one way, goal the other way. So You know, already Detroit's ahead of the game. They got scored on 29 seconds in Sunday, and we played now 3 minutes. So they're +1 in my book.
Right. 17 of the 23 games this postseason decided by 1 goal. This series really the exception with 2 of 3 games by a margin of more than 1. Helm hit his man. And another check. Trying to keep Kotkowski on the board. As Draper carries, drops it back for Eves to the net, and it's blocked. Picked up there by Helm, in behind the goal. Draper ran into the official back there as Draper put it back in behind the net where Eves spotted it. But Morris got there first, ran some interference on him, played ahead by Winnick, not out, and a shot in that Ilya Bryzgalov will hold on to. 3rd this season in wins in the NHL with 42, 2nd with 8 shutouts, 8th best save percentage, 6th best goals against, and he's one of the 3 finalists, along with Martin Brodeur, for the Vezina Trophy, and Ryan Miller as the league's best netminder, and that vote is judged by general managers in the NHL.
And he's barely over 900 save percentage, Bryzgalov, and Jim Howard's 889, so neither one lighting it up between the goalposts here so far in 3 games.
Remember the first one in this series from Holmstrom that breezed past Bryzgalov.
11 goals, both teams have given up.
He settled down after that. Here comes Datsuk to the net. Threw it back, and Cleary just missed it. Point Rafalski, and a penalty upcoming.
Cleary?
Yes, it is. Interference, yep.
Offensive interference in front of the net. Mahalik going down. And Dan Cleary will hit the box first one of this game for either team. Datsuk decides to pull a pocket Richard, throw it out the side you're going by. And you see what the referee deemed to be, oh boy, don't get me going on that one. To get the game going and they call a penalty like that on either side, that's terrible, and that's why Dan Cleary's shaking his head. You got 2 guys just touching shoulders and one guy falls down and they call a penalty.
Matthew Lombardi on that face-off along with Eves. Lombardi's a thorn in the Red Wings side, comes back for Morse. Shot in, a save by Howard. Red Wings really have to watch the points. This Phoenix power play. They've got defensemen with terrific shots. Morris shoots. Back of the goal for Lee Stepniak. Yandel to Stepniak. Forced in the corner. Good play by Stewart. Got help from Eves, and away comes Helm. He'll slow up as the Red Wings change. Phoenix power play, 3 for 11 in the series, and all 3 came in game 1. Red Wing penalty killing, 7 for 7 the past 2 games against these Coyotes. They carry in. Volsky lost it off his stick, and Yandel goes back to get it. Now for O'Coin, using that wood stick, and he's got a blast from back there. A long shot in, purposely wide. It rims around. Zetterberg up along with Lombardi. Stepniak a stab at it. Volsky back of the net, came up with the puck and angled one back to the line. Jovanovski gives him the puck back, and he's checked. It's poked past Stewart. Matthew Lombardi. Wojtek Volsky. Got a goal in each game, does Volsky. Here comes Zetterberg. 40 seconds left in the penalty to Cleary. Zetterberg slashed at as the shot goes wide. Moving up comes Eves, and he'll set one back to Cronwall. Crowd appreciates that as Andreas Lilia sends it the length of the ice. Derek Morris, trade deadline acquisition, second occasion in Phoenix. Goes after the puck. Cronwall got a stick on it. Can't clear it. Side of the goal to Hansel, back in front, read perfectly by Eves, and it pinballed right back to Howard. And they'll hold on with 5 seconds left in the Cleary minor.
This is one area that the Detroit Red Wings really need to take advantage of from Phoenix. In the regular season, the Phoenix Coyotes were almost last in the league. They were 28th on the power play. A little under 15%. They scored 46 goals. It's not barely a goal every other game. And outside of that game 1, Ken, as you pointed out, if they're not going to be able to execute on that power play, Detroit must, to win this series, take advantage of their power play opportunities, and that alone can win them this series.
4 for 14 of the Red Wings on the power play, and at least 1 power play goal in each game. Phoenix wins that faceoff. McCulloch into Howard, the rebound. And Howard scoops it back in and holds on with some pushing and shoving. Big Taylor Pyatt's there. Korpikoski and Fiddler against this Datsuk line.
He's a big boy, and Stewart's not exactly small, but Pyatt's 6'5". Tough to move in front of the net. Another lost faceoff by Pavel Datsuk. That is not a good sign. And a nice job. That puck was deflected. Very, very dangerous scoring opportunity by Phoenix with 5 seconds left. But when you lose that faceoff, it's all downhill. Boy. And it was clean, too.
Yeah, Pavel Datsuk led the Red Wings at 55% on faceoffs during the regular season. That was 13th best in the league. And he won that one. And he'll carry ahead. Pavel Datsuk up across the line, gives it back as Franzen to Rafalski to the net and wide. Datsuk trying to knock the puck down. Trying to take the puck away now as Cleary ran into his man. Then Datsuk lays on the body. Pavel Datsuk announced today as one of the 3 finalists for the Selke Trophy as best defensive player in the NHL. Defensive forward in the league. Back to Franzen. Cuts in toward the net. And that'll be held by Bryzgalov. Looking for our first goal in this one. Back to the Joe in a moment.
The great thing about tonight's game is we know exactly what they're going to do. They know exactly what we're going to do. So it's about will. It's about determination. It's about finding a way to score a goal. And that's what we're going to have to do here tonight. But that's why I love the playoffs. I love the playoffs because it's honest. You only get to keep playing if you're in the right to do it. Simple.
That's just what he tells his players, and that's where the phrase comes from. Where there's a will, there's a way. And his team has to find a way to the front of the net and get second and third chances on Bryzgalov. Fight through the traffic that Phoenix likes to collapse upon. Jovanovski. Family and friends here. The Windsor native Jovanovski as McCulloch got the puck ahead to center for Pruka. Howard will knock it away. Hansel going in there, and Bertuzzi took it away. Along with Filppula, left wing, as Bertuzzi heads to the front of the net. Filppula tried to pass through the middle that Verbata easily knocked down. Long shot in by Hansel. It's grabbed by Howard, and he'll hold on to that for a faceoff. Martin Hansel was a big force in his first Stanley Cup playoffs, the team leader in hits during the regular season. And again, as you talked about, his line was terrific on Sunday. And he's a big body at nearly 6'4".
He sure is. And he played almost 20 minutes the other night, and about 3 or 4 minutes more than his 2 teammates, his line mates, the other 2 checks. And it's obvious Dave Tippett's using him in different situations, penalty killing, etc.
In the absence of Shane Doan, even though there's been some hitting, you can feel the difference when Doan's not in the lineup, can't you? The way he started out the first 3 games before being hurt early in the second on Sunday afternoon. Kronwall, he'll shoot. It's deflected to the corner. Franzen back in for Danny Cleary. Again, Mike Babcock switched up the lines here tonight with Cleary taking Thomas Holmstrom's spot. Kronwall feathered one through. The shot! And Stewart let that one go. Again with a crowd in front as Cleary had it deflected. Datsuk ran into his man. Lombardi had it go off his glove. Stewart able to knock one back for Cleary to Pavel Datsuk again. The 2-time defending Selke Trophy winner for best defensive forward. And tomorrow the Lady Byng finalists will be announced. Pavel's won that 4 straight years. He knows Lady Byng very well. And he'll likely be up for a 5th straight season. A gentlemanly player.
Well, tonight's not the night to win the Lady Byng, let me tell you. It's time to be a little bit ugly.
Very true. Miller tried to get it to the goal. He did. And Bryzgalov down and a hold on. Just throw it to the net. You never know what'll happen. As Holmstrom mixing it up a little bit. And there's a glove to the face. As Miller is roughed up and he throws back. He's lost the helmet and ready to throw him. Going to be penalties out of this from Mike Lego. Johnny Murray, the linesman.
Well, I don't know. Johnny Murray should be holding them off. They both want to go, then let them go. To whose advantage is it to hold them off? You're going to get frustrated and have more trouble later on. You're going to battle it out. Go ahead, boys.
Now that's playoff hockey. Right there.
Well,
Fiddler and Miller go off.
Fiddler was like that when he was they're having a little chat down there. Fiddler, let's go.
Roughing.
He was like
two
that
each.
in Nashville, yeah. So they're saying, hey, you want to do this? I'm going to do this. You like this? I'm going to do that. What do you want to do? Now this is what happens when you don't let them fight. Just keep going and going and going. Either one of these guys fights a whole lot normally anyway, but
Zetterberg won that draw, but it does create a 4-on-4 situation here. Filppula gets hit by Jovanovski, got it into Zetterberg. Dominic McCulloch. Cronwall stepped into Verbata, and back to get it goes Brad Stewart. Again without Doan, and he was always a presence as mentioned. The Red Wings with a wide edge and hit so far tonight. Filppula, the shot! Brizgalov fought it off. Another shot! Scores!
oh, no goal. They say no goal.
Wow.
Light went on. Referee says no.
Well, they'll go to review, so we'll wait and see. Meantime, play continues. The crowd all stood at that end. Another shot in. And Yandel goes to pick it up. Well, the crowd thought it was in. Goal judge did too. Referee Mike Lego saying no, but they'll review it. We'll get a look at it. No Palainen in. Taken to the boards by Lidstrom. Crowd still showing its disapproval. And our producer Brady Klima telling us that puck did not go in the net, so we'll get a look at it. And an icing called as Pavel Datsyuk didn't get to it first, but this game will remain without a goal. Old Valtteri Filppula thought he had one, getting his own rebound.
Well, if it didn't go in, how's the save get made? Jovanovski. Ooh. Woo. They're going to have to look at an overhead. That way that one bounced right on its edge. That could be behind the line. Watch this, baby. Whoa! That they ever got a tough call in Toronto. They had a tough one last night.
That was 10 minutes last night.
Oh my goodness!
The, Los
it
Angeles,
depends
Vancouver
on
game.
how this baby hits. That's in.
That must be
That's in by that replay. But you know what? That replay shows it's in. But I'll tell you what, guys. It's just going to depend on which angle you use. That one does not look like it's in. But let's go back, if we can, guys, to the second last replay and try to get a better understanding of this thing. Watch this.
Wow.
That puck looks in the net right there. Now, holy
in,
mackerel.
They got to be conclusive on this because Mike Lego said no goal, and we've been in this situation before.
But here's what you're going to deal with in this one. The first one we looked at that looks like it's on the line is one thing. This one looks conclusive that it's in. The other one isn't conclusive that it's not in.
Good point.
Because it's on its edge, and it hits behind or right at the back of the goal line. And if the edge of the puck is over the back of the line, now they're not even going to review it.
As long as you see white.
Holy mackerel.
And the whole puck on its edge. But
wow.
Well, guess not.
Holy
so
mackerel.
They've reviewed it, and they've seen it in Toronto.
Well, why didn't they make an announcement like they normally do? I don't get it.
Well, we won't even go there.
No, but I mean, why is he talking to Dave Tippett? Dave Tippett's he's not worried about whether it's in or not.
Well, what they would announce to 20,000 plus here is the puck never crossed the goal line upon further review.
Ooh, well, I know that.
Yeah.
But, wow. Well, I mean, it really just depends on how the different bunch of angles you've got. But
yeah.
Boy, oh boy, that baby sure looked in the back of the line behind in the white at the one replay. But
Brizgalov tipped it aside. Franzen back to Rafalski, over to Lidstrom. Datsyuk, and it came back to center. Rafalski across for the Red Wing captain. Rafalski banged up a little bit on Sunday, did leave for a while, came back. Hasn't skated the past while. The stick knocked out of Franzen's hands. But Rafalski obviously okay to go tonight. And Datsyuk had Lombardi in the trolley tracks. Just past the halfway point here. in the opening period as the teams are back at 5 aside as the Red Wings regroup with the puck. Ahead for Filppula. The near goal scorer shoots one, fought off. Put it back in behind. Bertuzzi on Jovanovski, the former Canucks. Kronwall with a lead pass to Filppula. Over his stick. McCulloch. Bertuzzi back of the goal. It hit an errant stick back there and it'll come around for Korpikoski. Second attempt will bring it ahead to center. That's tipped in deep. Fiddler going in after the puck. Reversing the flow as Zetterberg takes a hit but gives it to Bertuzzi. And it's out to center. Derek Morris for the Coyotes. Both teams again changing on the fly. Morris. In his 12th season. Long shot in. Daniel Winnick with Nokalainen and Robert Lang, the former Red Wing. Lang returned on Sunday, missed the final 17 games of the regular season with a lower body injury. It was a while between goals for Robert Lang. Point to Lilia, the shot, and a blocker saved by Brzgalov. Back to the line. Eriksson shot, hit a leg and deflected to the corner for Morris. Moving in is Lilia, he missed it. The Red Wings with some room here to go back and get it for Darren Helm.
Started to get a little bit of pressure on the Phoenix defense, so they couldn't make any play except to throw it up the ice like that. That's what you want, more of that.
Smooth move by Helm at his own line and then lost it in the Phoenix zone. Adrian Aucoin. Eriksson was going to the bench but goes back to get it to stay on. And Rafalski. For Pavel Datsyuk, overskated, regained. Eriksson to center. He'll want off in a change when he can get one. And he will now as Brzgalov hangs on. You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. Upon further review, Valtteri Filppula denied a goal here tonight, but he has scored 3 in the 3 games, and 3 his past 2.
That was a similar play off the post.
Yeah.
This one just barely gets over the line.
He must be practicing that spot.
Yeah, right.
Brzgalov.
The bank shot. Now, Filppula's been good here in the first period tonight.
Put together with Henrik Zetterberg on March the 11th, and the line's done very well together. And it's helped spark Zetterberg too. Hansel. For Bada and Pruka. A bouncer. And Howard got his body in front of, taking no chances. Call now for tickets to a potential Game 6 of this series here at the Joe, scheduled for Sunday, 2 in the afternoon. Operators standing by right now to take your call at 313-396-7575.
11-6 the shots for Detroit. They've gotten a little bit of pressure here in the last 4 or 5 minutes on Phoenix in the zone by dumping the puck in and having people going, but you got to lose more faceoffs.
Shot just wide as Howard rounded back in behind. Valtteri Filppula had it knocked off his stick. And overskated by Lee Stepniak, who was so hot since becoming a Coyote at the March 3rd trade deadline. 18 goals in 14 games. He goes in after it, puts on the body, nearly freed up the puck from Stewart. Then Zetterberg stepped into by Matthew Lombardi. Second effort by Zetterberg takes the pass back from Bertuzzi. Zetterberg finds Kronwall, top of the circle. The shot, he partially fanned on it. Now flexing the stick to see if it's broken. It's okay, he believes. Stewart had it knocked down and brought to center. And fired back in by Jovanovski. Puck in behind the Red Wing net. Stewart calmly waiting for some forwards to get some help here. He gives it to Thomas Holmstrom, who will wheel it back in. Brzgalov stopped it just before the goal line for Yandel. Holmstrom out with Miller and Ablocator. And it came out across the line and back in, and thus the offside. Thomas Holmstrom on the 4th line tonight. And is that more or less, Mick, just to try and match the energy and more of a speed thing to help out Pavel Datsyuk in front?
They want somebody that's got more mobility. Dan Cleary and Thomas Holmstrom, never been the greatest skater in the world, but certainly his expertise comes from going to the front of the net, and they can still use him on the power play, and try to get something going offensively as well. So because Datsyuk wasn't going, in game 1, so Thomas Holmstrom loses the flip, I guess.
Yeah.
Or game 1, game 3, I meant.
Puck bounces free here to Lilia. He shoots. Holmstrom right in front of Brzgalov. Has it again, back of the net. Robert Lang checking his former teammate. An Ablocator came in. Derek Morris swept it along. Holmstrom knocked down. As the fans wanted a call, Lilia going back to get it. Phoenix and the Red Wings both changing the fly. Long stretch pass. Ablocator just got out of the way of a hit as Winnick came across the ice to hit him.
He's a big drink of water too, Daniel Winnick. Jeez.
Yes, he is at 6'2", 215. Helm moves up. Strong on the forecheck, Detroit. Draper kicking at it. Helm over to get it. Draper tied up by Nokalainen. Helm in traffic. Put the puck back down low. Nokalainen interfering with Draper. Going to be a penalty here.
Going to get.
It's going to Phoenix. Here's Helm. Power to the bench for an extra skater. We'll get one in the play now. Kronwall.
Zetterberg.
Zetterberg's got it off the bench. Bobbled it a little. Checked by Hansel. And we'll get a stop and play. So when we come back, the Red Wings will head to a Bell Tire power play. You're watching Red Wings hockey in the Stanley Cup playoffs on Fox Sports Detroit.
Petteri Nokalainen goes to the penalty box. First power play for Detroit in this game, but this call could have gone either way. Draper did a nice job to tie him up, but he had more body parts moving, did Draper, than Nokalainen, and that's why the referee paid attention to 17 instead of 33 and called him for, I don't know whether hooking or holding, but something similar to that. And here comes Mr. Holmstrom, and he'll be firmly planted in front of the big boy Brzgalov.
Well, you see the Red Wings power play. The Bell Tire power play has scored at least one in each game. 28.6% in the series. Finished 9th in the NHL at 19% during the regular season. Phoenix's penalty killing was 6th during the 82-game schedule. Pavel Datsyuk carries in, up along with Holmstrom. Datsyuk circling and in control to Rafalski. Tap pass, Lidstrom couldn't one-time it. He went over Rafalski's stick, we let it go to Datsyuk, who's got it now. Holmstrom in the corner. Back for Datsyuk. Bronson high slot. Lidstrom. His shot, good save. Brzgalov got a right pad on it. Bronson shooting one. And that's deflected up and out of play.
You know, Lidstrom on his right side, left-hand shot, right point. He'd moved down low and took that pass and let her go right away, and Brzgalov reached across. Puck coming for the far side. He's got two guys in front of him. It was a nice stop by the big guy. And that reach helped him out there. Detroit's got to be better in these face-offs like that.
Good call. Kronwall shooting just wide. Stewart. Filppula back to Kronwall. He's got Zetterberg this side. And lost it. He was thinking to go back for Stewart. Didn't work. Zetterberg kicked it back his way. Filppula into the zone along with Bertuzzi. Angled one back. Stewart, quick shot. With Bertuzzi going to the front of the net. Henrik Zetterberg ran into a coin. Got the puck back. Slipped one over. Stewart had it bounce off a stick and a shot. Morris will backhand it down. 3:35 to go in the period. 40 seconds left in the power play. Kronwall into the Coyote zone. And knocked down and lost the puck, and we'll get a stop in play.
I don't think you want number 55 up there making dashes like that. He's vulnerable. The injuries he's had. Leave that to the forwards.
Yeah. Well, neither team has a goal here tonight. And really, the first goal hasn't meant a whole lot. Game 3 changed the scoring format in this series. For the first time on Sunday, the team that scored first, Phoenix, won the game, and the team that scored second didn't. That's how it had gone the first two games. And we'll see how that plays out tonight. Red Wings with 34 seconds remaining, trying to break this deadlock without a goal. Back to the line to Lidstrom. Pavel Datsyuk back for Lidstrom again. Rafalski goes down low. He's in the slot. Datsyuk to Rafalski, and he went for that, but it was tipped before it came through. Rafalski back to Lidstrom.
Ooh, that's out. Yeah. Boy, you don't see that happen very often. Nick Lidstrom miscalculates the blue line, and that's I don't know when I can remember last time it happened to him. Very, very rare. But the linesman did a nice job here to catch this. Watch it just barely come out over the line.
That was more over the line than the goal that was not a goal from Filppula.
Yeah,
you can see that one.
The goal is not a goal. Yeah.
Right. Coyotes win that draw, and that'll do it for the power play. As Howard will stop it back there for Rafalski. And Nokalainen's out of the box.
Only 2 shots on goal in the power play.
Both teams 0 for 1, man advantage. Filppula shoots. And Bryzgalov will hold it. Well, at one point, the Phoenix Coyotes led 5-1 in shots. It's now 14-6. So 13 of the last 14 for Detroit.
A lot of time these statistics you look at them and you wonder the time of the statistics. It's all good stuff, but face-offs, timing, when they happen. Big saves, bad goals, all part of timing.
Timing is big. Howard will hold it. Phoenix Coyotes have scored a goal in each period of this series. The only team in the NHL to manage that. Ironically, in this series, neither Detroit nor Phoenix has won when leading after one. Both 0-1. Both have won when trailing after the first. That's what we're talking about. First goal, as Howard holds it, hasn't meant necessarily a whole lot, although unlike Sunday, you didn't want to give it up early Sunday because that puts you right on your heels right away. That's the problem with an early first goal against.
They were on their heels starting Sunday anyway. They were worried about game 3, coming back off the travel, less than 48 hours between games. You have more of a veteran team here in Detroit than in Phoenix. Does the travel affect you more?
And you know, for Phoenix coming here, Mick, after the blowout, the Red Wings took over game 2. It was probably the best thing for the Coyotes to be on the road after that one. Shot just wide rather than being here at the Joe and going home as Dave Tippett has rallied his team together.
Well, they're leaving tonight after the game, Phoenix.
Right. The Red Wings will head out tomorrow afternoon. Franzen will shoot and hit a body in front.
How did he stop that? He was almost like he closed his eyes, and this puck might have hit the handle of the goal stick and up into the netting. 15 shots now. What did it hit? It was deflected by Datsuk, and it hit him right in the shoulder, right next to his chin as he turned his head. I saw him kind of turn his head. No wonder.
Yep, Datsuk, and then that was the deflection in front. Helm won that faceoff back to Lidstrom. For Eves, quick shot, tipped by Helm and wide. Krupa hit to the boards, hard by Helm, second effort. Peter Krupa got it out to center. Lidstrom back there along with Eriksson.
Exactly.
And Eriksson turns in his own zone. Tipped in by Helm and sent back out by Yandel. Helm was hooked up, penalty coming. As Helm was hooked going into the zone, delayed call against Phoenix. Red Wing power play, late stages, first period. A reminder to look for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment coming up later in tonight's game number 4.
Well, Phoenix won't be happy with the way this penalty was set up. They turned the puck over right at their own blue line in front of their bench right there, and Helm and Cleary both took off, and it was a cheap little hook by Pruka that got caught. So
Red Wings second Bell Tire power play as Jovanovski couldn't clear. Rafalski got it over to Lidstrom. Puck to the corner, McCulloch stripped of the puck there by Bertuzzi, and the skates of Filppula got control again to Zetterberg. Rafalski goes far side, there's the pass! And that hit a stick. Rafalski's been active. Zetterberg, he's got room, and then the shot is blocked and cleared by Fiddler down the ice.
See what I mean by untimely? That bounce off Lidstrom when he took the pass from Rafalski. If it doesn't bounce, he's right to the net with it with 3 guys in front.
Valtteri Filppula turns back. Didn't like what he saw. Try to get another power play formation going here. 40 seconds to go in the opening frame. Filppula up along to Bertuzzi. Back to Filppula. Turning back there and goes to the line to Rafalski. For Lidstrom, top of the circle. Shooting save, Brzgalov. Hands it. Took the pocket of Filppula and carries to center. And down to Howard. Handles it. Perhaps one last rush here. With a dozen seconds to go in the period. Johan Franzen to the middle. Lidstrom, the shot to the goal. Brzgalov tipped it up off the netting.
Now they just lost 2 seconds on the clock. I wonder if they'll fight to get it back.
Well, they'll try. Whether they get it is another story.
Right. By the time they recognized the puck was in, I don't even think they're going to try, Kenny. That was my point. I don't think anybody really noticed it.
Well, Phoenix has been dominant in face-offs. And they got that one in behind, and a carryover of 38 seconds. Now that's interesting. Now they put the second back up. So the penalty time changed. Not that it would have mattered on the draw.
No. No.
Unless they didn't earlier. But anyway, a 38-second carryover, shot 17-9. But the Red Wings need to be better in the face-off department. You start with the puck.
Well,
you have more control in that department. Now here's a lineup of upcoming April in the D live events here on Fox Sports Detroit. Tonight, after our game, the Tigers and the LA Angels right here at 10 o'clock. As this series continues tomorrow and Thursday, April in the D, here on Fox Sports Detroit. John Keating.
All right, Ken, thanks. This game happens in the blink of an eye. Valtteri Filppula, we thought, had scored the first goal of the game. Did you get a chance to see it? Did you think it was in?
It's tough to say. I think the first bounce when it came down was pretty close, but other than that, I saw it was on the line, but I'm not sure. It's tough to say, but obviously they said it's not a goal, so then it's not a goal.
Yeah, if it goes to Toronto, our luck in those chances aren't particularly good lately. All right, we'll talk about your team's start in a very, very important game for your team.
I think it was okay. I think we came up a little slow, but then we started playing better as the period went on, and at the end I think we played okay.
How much of a concern is the face-off, Dot? They have 20-7 an advantage in face-offs against your team in the first period.
Well, yeah, definitely we gotta try to do a better job with the line to get the pucks, so we don't have to chase it right from the beginning. So hopefully we can do better in the second and third.
Good luck the rest of the way. Appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot.
There's Valtteri Filppula. He and the Red Wings are scoreless with the Coyotes in Game 4, a game that the Wings feel they absolutely have to have. From here at the Joe to Mickey York, who awaits in our Call Sam studios. Mick.
All right, John, thank you very much. And maybe the fact that they are scoreless is a small victory for the Wings. Phoenix started the night as the only team in the playoffs to have scored a goal in every period so far. But for the first time in this series, the Wings keep them off the board through one. The first period highlights and Larry Murphy's thoughts and analysis after 20 minutes of play when we come back. After one at the Joe, it's the Wings zip and the Coyotes zip.
Whose idea was this?
The Coyotes in the series. So the first period in this series, they did not get a goal. So now the Red Wings with a chance on the power play to get the first one. In this game, Lidstrom and Rafalski, Datsuk, Holmstrom, and Franzen together again for the power play. Datsuk sliced it over. Franzen going to get it. Cuts to the middle. Still has it. Lost it, then lost his stick. Regained control. Lidstrom gives it back to him. Franzen in behind for Holmstrom. Turned back by Jovanovski. And then Franzen couldn't pick it up as Martin Hansel will carry. To Korpikoski, and offside they are. Well, if a Detroit player gets a hat trick, bring in a copy of that summary to Arby's tomorrow and get a free order of curly fries. Henrik Zetterberg's done it in the regular season and his first postseason career hat trick. 88 playoff games for Henrik Zetterberg, 42 goals in his career. And that's a better goal scoring ratio in the playoffs than the regular season.
No kidding. Goal every other game. Pretty darn good.
Point percentage pretty much right there too. Scores in 92% of the playoff games. 94% of the games in the regular season, so that's pretty darn close too. Zetterberg in to get it. Filppula. He's checked. Bouncing puck, Zetterberg able to get it back to the line. Cronwall had a bobble off him for a moment.
Another bad hop. Timely bad hop. Would have been a scoring chance.
Held in at the line by Stewart as he gloved it down and slapped it deep. O'Coin got there before Todd Bertuzzi. Hyatt couldn't reach the puck. It'll go down to Cronwall on the deflection. As the Coyotes will roll off and change, and a long stretch pass to Bertuzzi. Just got his head up with a hit coming. Back to Zetterberg, threw it to the goal. Saved by Bryzgalov. And Wojtek Wolski slap it ahead to Stepniak, who gave it away. Onside at the line, but Zetterberg couldn't keep control. And Keith Yandel is back. As the Boston native takes a look. Angled off the glass and got it to center. Ahead for Wolski. In for Lombardi, but it was knocked away, read perfectly by Lidstrom.
Morris wants to change.
And he sends the puck ahead to Wolski, and that's deflected up and out of play. Well, we told you about Henrik Zetterberg's prowess, and look at these numbers. Pavel Datsyuk scores in 53% of the games during the regular season. Henrik Zetterberg 41% of the game, but look at playoffs. Henrik Zetterberg more in the playoffs, scores in 48% of the playoff games. Pavel Datsyuk just 23% of the games that he plays in. So Henrik Zetterberg is a model of consistency. And we mentioned how he scores in terms of points percentage. Both over 90%. Playoffs or regular season. Pavel Datsyuk's numbers drop in points from 98 in the regular season to 64% in the playoffs.
Well, I know one thing. He's got to find a way to outplay the guy across from him in this series. So far, he's not done that.
Ahead to Eves. Delays as Draper heads to the net, and a blocker save. Nokalainen. McCulloch. And cleared by Lepisto. Out to center. Robert Lang. Checked there by Helm. Trying to fend him off. Didn't Robert Lang score a huge Game 4 goal for the Red Wings, tying it up late against Nabokov when the Red Wings met the Sharks, down 2-1 in the series, and tied it up 2-2. So Robert Lang was great for the Red Wings then. And the Bernstein Advantage brings you the scouting report on one of the best defensemen to ever play in the National Hockey League, Nick Lidstrom. Some might say the best. Larry Robinson, Bobby Orr, and Doug Harvey, and Nick Lidstrom. I don't think you'd refuse any one of them.
Well, errors can't be compared, but certainly
true.
in the modern day, he's the top of the list.
Yep. Bertuzzi leaves it for Zetterberg. Back of the goal to Filppula, kicked it along. Bertuzzi in front. Filppula turns back. Bertuzzi and Hansel together. McCulloch for Verbata. Stewart had moved in. Puck is loose at center. He tries to get there. Clearly interfered with by Hansel. To the line, but not deep. Puck is loose for Hansel again. And again, Cronwall got in the middle of that passing attempt. Now Stewart in deep. Checked by Krupp. Filppula able to knock it out of the air. Sammy Lepisto going back for Phoenix to get it, number 18, the native of Finland. Former Washington Capitals third-round draft choice. Wojtek Wolski gets it in. 8-game point streak for Wolski going back to the regular season. 4 goals, 10 points the past 8 games. He's been hot. Bryzgalov coming out to play it. Ahead for Stepniak. Lepisto for Wolski. In goes Lombardi. The speedster Lombardi. Boy, you got 2 of the quickest skaters in the league in the game tonight. Pass to Lepisto, checked there by Cleary. And Lombardi and Helm, both speedsters. Cleary dropped back, and the shot saved by Bryzgalov as Franzen let it go.
That was close at the other end, and it's a good thing Cleary came back because Lepisto was wide open, and he may have given his position away, and it led to this opportunity on the intercept. Not really dangerous by any means, but you try to drive the net. No traffic, no trouble.
Vernon Fiddler, good face-off man for Phoenix. Had to come out, and Abdelkader with some help from Miller, but Lilia couldn't hold it in, and he'll backhand it deep as the Red Wings will tag up, hit the blue line. Now can go in on the forecheck. Abdelkader moves in. He's got Holmstrom and Miller with him. Long stretch pass Yandel for Korpikoski. It'll go right to Howard, who will tee it up back there for Lilia. With a pass up the middle. Brizgalov, he'll shoot it right back out. On to Eriksson, skate the stick, and back for Lilia. To Thomas Holmstrom, couldn't get anywhere. Winnick got in the way. And the Coyotes, Morris shoots it in. Taylor Pyatt into the corner. Abdelkader. He was knocked down as Pyatt looks for the puck. He's got it. Wraparound try, came loose in front of the goal. Hansel couldn't get there, and Miller will get it to Holmstrom. He's got Abdelkader and Eriksson joining him. Holmstrom across the line. He shoots one. And this will be stopped by Brizgalov. Beat him high glove game one that Brizgalov whiffed on. Not that time. I'll place a small deposit on 2010-11 Red Wings season ticket plan right now and enjoy current benefits like priority on this year's playoff tickets below box office prices. Call 313-396-7575. Operators standing by tonight to take your call. Helm with Eves and Draper. Didn't get it out first try. Now Stewart. Pass ahead. It's tipped in. Jovanovski first for Phoenix. Hit there by Eves. And again, the Red Wings with control back at center. Stewart. Draper put it in behind the net again. Big hit thrown by Eves. Draper cleared it. It hit Radim Verbata. And Draper getting it ahead for Eves. Saw a hit coming, got his stick up to defend himself as Lepisto came in. As the Red Wings change on the fly. Phoenix follows suit. Sammy Lepisto with a long shot that Howard deflects to safety. Lombardi moves in. He checks Stewart. Bertuzzi to help to the line, and Zetterberg tried to get it past Lepisto. He did. Moved it into the middle. There goes Bertuzzi, but he was checked by Lombardi. As it's shot from his own side of center by Volsky. This is the icing. Wow. I regret not taking one more step.
No kidding. You get the impression that this game is going to be decided by the first goal that's scored. We're almost at the halfway point of the second period in the game, and neither team really giving up a lot here in the second period. It's more of a cat and mouse game than it is a north-south game.
Datsuk won that face-off to Lidstrom. Quick shot to the net. And just wide with a crowd in front. That's what the Red Wings want to do here. Rafalski a shot, and Cleary went for the tip as Franzen was out high. Cleary ran into Lepisto. Then hit by O'Coin. They jam in the corner. Lepisto tries to dig it free. Korpikoski on it. Came loose in front. And Cleary couldn't get free. Pavel Datsuk able to hold it in. And then it's off Franzen's stick. As Lombardi gives chase, but Datsuk's back to settle it down. Johan Franzen up along with Holmstrom to Datsuk. Still with it. Out front to Holmstrom. He tipped it. And Franzen just missed it. Penalty upcoming.
It might be Detroit.
I believe you're right.
I don't know.
We'll check it out when we come back. For the first time in a couple of decades since this format changed, every series at one point was tied 1-1. Chicago got even with Nashville. They'll go tonight. The LA Kings, 2-1 series lead over the Canucks. Look at their power play. It's been unbelievable, and they chased Roberto Luongo last night. And the Sharks couldn't beat Craig Anderson. And Dan Boyle Put the puck in his own net.
Seen that film before.
1-0. Yeah.
Been many Red Wing games in the past where they would shoot somebody 50-20 and lose 2-1 or something like that. San Jose suffering from that same thing.
You saw the Franzen penalty there as Phoenix is on the power play. Their second power play try of the game. Robert Lang. Hansel in front, a big body in front of Howard. Verbata, your leading goal scorer from the regular season, with 24, not including Stepniak. He came over in a trade as Verbata got knocked down. Crowd like that, given away to Hansel. Stick check though by Patrick Eaves. It's off Jovanovski and out. O'Coin will leave it for him. Getting it ahead to Verbata. Robert Lang slowed up, got it back to the point. Here's Jovanovski with some room, doesn't shoot it though. Toward the net by Lang, it's loose in front and Cleary will send it down. Not to pick it up goes Adrian O'Coin. So wonderful in the shootouts. Scored in 5 straight. He was known as their closer as Phoenix won 14 shootout games to lead the league during the regular season. No shootouts in the playoffs. In behind the goal. Check with Lombardi. Volsky got it back to Lombardi again to the line. And out.
Good juice on it, that baby.
Morris threw it back to Yandel, and now they'll carry up again. Enough by Morris for Lombardi. On a right wing feed, goes back to Derek Morris. On a wrist shot, and that's deflected up into the netting. And with 18 seconds left, is Morris upset that he waited as long as he did to get a shot?
Sometimes you're better off, even though you don't have the best view of what you're trying to accomplish there. You let her go to the front of the net when you got traffic, and lots of things happen as we see in the game today. That's what it's all about. Throwing it there and looking for a lucky bounce.
He scored his first career playoff goal on the power play in game 1. It was the game winner. He's got it at the point. Across for Yandel. His shot, Howard stop and rebound. Stays out. Howard got some help back there from Lidstrom.
That chance in a while.
Here's Morris again. To Yandel. To Lombardi. Penalty over. Shots deflected. Volsky has his stick lifted by Lidstrom. Back into the play.
They get a second guy there. They get their second guy there first. They didn't get the puck.
They complete a change as the shot's deflected off a body. Wojtek Volsky. Back for Lombardi. In front. Goal post. Off the right post. Flipped high by Stewart.
A bit of it right in the back.
Stepniak, good job on Franzen to free it up to Volsky. Fiddler to the net. Volsky a second try, and Howard out in front stops that.
That's a beauty. That is a big save by Jimmy Howard in a nothing game. Right there as the Wings never recovered from that penalty kill. Red Wing Hockey brought to you by Bell Tire. Well, Jim Howard only has 16 shots on him, but this last one was none bigger when Volsky got his own rebound. This was the power play moments before that. A couple of hairy moments for sure, and then Stempniak wraps it off the goalpost right here. Short side going tall. Stempniak can find the little holes when you give him a chance. And there was Volsky with that shot off the toe of Stewart, and point blank, he's going for the right side on Jimmy Howard, and he shut her down.
11 seconds past the halfway point in this game, and no goals. Stepniak off the draw, and a save by Howard, cleared by Rafalski. Larry bumped to the board, sent back in by McCulloch. Fiddler, he's checked. Stepniak was hit there by Cleary. Datsuk knocked it off his knee, out of the air by his stick, and across to Lidstrom. And sent back in. Interesting on Sunday, Pavel Datsuk without a stick stayed in. Just hanging in front of the net. With his soccer skills, he'd probably do something with it. Here he comes with stick skills. Datsuk stops in the corner. O'Coin checks him. Got the puck to Verbata, but Cleary got in his path. Then Datsuk, another takeaway. He got hit hard though. And he puts it back in behind.
They're doing a good job against him, Kenny. I mean, he's as tricky as ever, but they're just not giving him any room. They're shutting him right down. what it's going to mean for Pavel, he's got to change his toolbox. He's got to go in there and get some different tools, try some different things, something that's going to work. Because right now, they're shutting her all down on him.
On Pavel's career, when he gets a point or more in a game, the Red Wings are 34-13 in the playoffs. When he doesn't, they're 4 games under 500. That's how important he is. Draper going after it. Persistence paid off there. Behind for Helm. Ease to the front of the goal. Helm gets checked and knocked down by Morris. Pete Yandel will skate it to center for the Coyotes. A long shot in that Howard deflected off the glass as Phoenix changes. Cronwall across to his defense partner, Brad Stewart. For Nick Cronwall to center with a long stretch pass to Zetterberg off his stick and in. Jovanovski. For McCulloch, for Korpikoski, didn't handle it cleanly. Jonathan Eriksson will scoop it back for Lidstrom. Lidstrom with a looper. Filppula there first to negate the icing. Well, that worked for Detroit. And Lidstrom's got it. He sent one in off Filppula. He got it to Bertuzzi. Lidstrom able to knock down a bouncing puck. For Filppula one more time. Now Zetterberg will give chase on this side. And a lift to the stick of Korpikoski, and he's got the puck. With a great feed across to Lidstrom. It was a hot one to handle. He knocked it down to his stick. And then he's checked by Wojtek Wolski. Zetterberg away from Lombardi. Good control here for the Red Wings. This off the icing that wasn't called because of the strong work by Filppula. Now brought ahead by Phoenix.
4 of them.
Korpikoski to Jovanovski. Into Volsky. Away from Bertuzzi. In front to Lombardi. And Jimmy Howard's there. Good save by Howard. While we updated you on the West, let's bring you up to date on the storylines in the East, and the Pittsburgh Penguins in dominance from Sidney Crosby. What a series he's having. He's taking that one over. Montreal gave Washington a scare, but a big win by the Caps last night. How about the Bruins staying with the Buffalo Sabres and lead the series, and Philadelphia over the Devils in overtime to take a 2-1 series lead. And tonight, Pittsburgh leads Ottawa in the second 1-0. And the last word we had, Malkin getting the goal there from Crosby and Gonchar.
Well, when your 2 best players are your 2 best players, you're going to win a lot more than you lose. And Crosby and Malkin are just that in Pittsburgh.
So you're thinking Zetterberg and Datsuk here too.
Right.
Here's Winnick. Howard handled it. And a face-off coming up to his right.
Well, they're setting it, top players set the pace. And that's what they have to do. That's the pressure that's on them. They get the big money. That's what it's for. That's the reputation. And that's why to be a great player every day, every game, you got to come up with different ways to get the job done. And that's the challenge for those 2 gentlemen right there. Number 40 and number 13.
Remember, number 13, who was injured in last year's playoffs, had just the 1 goal and 9 points in 16 games. Goal and 2 points in the first 3 games of this series for Pavel. Yandel in his own zone. Cleared in by Phoenix. Drew Miller tried to get it out, had it come back to him again, went off his skate. Derek Morris will just wrap it back. Scrambling.
This game is really slowed down.
Drew Miller with a shot into the glove.
I mean, there's not a lot of space for either team out there. It's a lot of chipping and hacking and whacking and dumping it in, chasing it. There ain't much to give on either side right now, and this is where it's going to be won or lost in the trenches. I mean, there's just no room. You look at that. They're all bunched right in as small an area as you can when you get 10 people on the ice and you're going back and forth. Look at this. 4 guys right back there at any given time. And most of the time, that's where they are.
Shots are 23-20.
And
for Detroit, Hanzel getting a penalty as Datsuk worked it. Howard goes to the bench, however. When the Red Wings go to the power play. When we come back, you're watching Red Wings playoff hockey on Fox Sports Detroit. I'll tell you right now, the players aren't the only ones that are superstitious.
I got my haircut yesterday. No, that's the other thing that has thrown us off is I had no time for my playoff haircut before the playoffs started, and I usually go for a double score blizzard with the family. I did that last night. We're all back on track.
Now he just wants a flurry of goals.
Right.
Looking for one. Power play upcoming.
Yeah, you take one.
Red Wings with their third. Datsuk, Holmstrom in his office. Lidstrom. Rafalski wants it. He's got it. In front. Franzen stopped. Holmstrom set him up beautifully. And a diving play by Holmstrom kept it alive. Lidstrom came over. And now Phoenix will send it the length of the ice.
Nowhere to go. Brizgalov complaining to the referee about being banged around in the front of the net. Franzen was there. Couldn't find a hole.
Up the middle for Datsuk. Smoothly in. He's got it. Loose stick. Going to negotiate around that as O'Coin lost his stick. Found its way to Rafalski. Feeding off Franzen. Defers to Datsuk. Lidstrom sneaking down low. Now back up high. Datsuk. Holmstrom behind the goal line. He's got it. Out front. Tries to jam it home. Puck's loose. And cleared off the glass and down by Derek Morris.
Redundant probably to say that Phoenix is doing a really good job of jumping on loose pucks tonight. Back to back right there. Probably saved in 30 seconds on a couple of icing.
Red Wings have scored a power play goal in each game of this series. Zetterberg. Got Cornwall and Rafalski in the back. Zetterberg, he'll shoot. Knocked down in front. He's got it again though. McCulloch checks him, knocks him down. Managed to get it back to Cornwall. Half minute left in the Bell Tire power play. Rafalski, Cornwall, quick shot, scores! 1-0 Red Wings, a power play goal.
What do we got? We got something going here. Could be a high stick. We got a review, that's for sure. Brizgalov screaming at the referee. So here we go again.
This was tipped in front.
The last thing we need, but question is, was it touched? Second one, was it too high?
Looks to be okay.
Well, you know, here's what I'm going to look at. Does the puck come down from the deflection? Hard to tell on that angle. That first angle is a better one. I'm not sure yet. Let's have a look here.
Now that looks below the crossbar, and again,
and
it's
the puck
not
doesn't
shoulder,
come down.
It's crossbar.
Hey guys, if we can do this one more time, the guys downstairs, watch the puck continue. See, it keeps going. Now it can hit and go up, but it does keep going up. And if we can see that replay again, I think that one might be even more definitive on the height of the crossbar. That's the determining factor. The last look. Let's go one more time here. Watch Zetterberg's stick come in. There's your crossbar. There's your contact. Now, that doesn't mean it's that far lower because of the angle we're looking at, but it looks to be a good goal.
Oh, yeah. And should that one stand, which we think it will, that would be Henrik Zetterberg's 43rd playoff goal in his 89th playoff game. And we showed you how he scores in 48% of the games he's in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Remarkable.
I have to say that we've been wrong before. We've been wrong.
Really?
It's close. That's all I can tell you. But we've looked at ours, and here's another one. That's a terrible replay there. Can't see much of anything. Yeah, that's your ice level look, and it's a bad look from what we can see now. What do we got going here?
Here we go. Here's the announcement.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the second time we've had a dispute and the mics don't work. Unbelievable. Henrik Zetterberg's got the goal off the Cornwall shot.
Macro.
15:33. 4:27 to go in the second. We finally got a goal.
Great job. Great job by our crew down in the truck getting these different replays. Excellent. There's a great view of it right there. Zetterberg gets the goal. Finally, they get one in the back of the net.
And I wonder if the Bertuzzi's stick waving at it didn't throw Brizgalov a little bit too.
Yeah. No, penalty Detroit. This was a stumble, but they're going to have to pay for it.
Delayed call as Brzgalov goes to the bench and the Red Wings touch. Boarding.
Datsuk's going to go, and he's telling the referee.
He's saying, I'm going to be a Lady Byng nominee again tomorrow. What are you doing?
Well, I did say it wasn't any time to be a lady in this game, but watch Lombardi. Now he gets hit, and he looks worse than it was. Nonetheless, referee was over to the left side, and Detroit will have to kill this next Coyote power play.
So the Red Wings with a power play goal now in each game of this series. They lead by 1. Coyotes power play ranked 28th in the NHL during the regular season.
44.
Don't worry about it. They've given it to Bertuzzi from Zetterberg and Cronwall, but that'll change. Behind the goal to Stewart. Stewart shot it off the leg. Lombardi able to hold it in.
Bad turnover right there.
Fed back to Helm and down it goes.
Yeah, they've given a goal to Bertuzzi, but I don't think Todd Bertuzzi's stick was anywhere near the deflection.
That's what I was thinking when he waved at it.
Right.
It looked like he missed it. His stick looked higher than Zetterberg's for sure. Sent in behind. Phoenix man advantage.
Maybe that was a review. Make sure it was Zetterberg's stick and not that's it. Or Todd.
Back to the point to Yandel. Fake the one-timer. He gets the puck back again. Here's Volsky. Went off his stick.
Same place it went off Lidstrom's in the first period.
Wojtek Volsky trying to feed back. Stewart got a stick on him. Here's Radim Bravada. Angled it back to the line to Yandel. Howard's got his mask off. The whistle has to go.
What a save.
Great stop by Howard, and as soon as the mask leaves the head, the whistle automatically goes.
Now that would have been an interesting call because that was a bang play. The puck
literally.
Watch Stempniak turn around this way and jam the puck at the net. There's the mask off. Boom. I think that goal would have counted. That's a bang play. How you can't stop the play. It hit him right in the right side of the face. Stempniak, what a save by Tim Howard. That is Stanley Cup playoff goaltending right there. Whoa, baby. Whew.
Well, he wanted to get his head back in the game. He did right there. That's for sure. That would have been an interesting call. Crowd chanting, Jimmy, Jimmy. Eves sent it ahead. Here's a break. Catches up to it. Eves is in. He's got Helm. Played it across in a diving play and able to knock that puck down nicely by Jovanovski. Power play continues for 15 seconds. Hansel couldn't get through, and Patrick Eves will get it down the ice. So the Red Wings will kill off their third power play. Phoenix 0 for 3, Red Wings 1 for 3 with the man advantage with 1:59 to go second period.
Boy, you talk about, it's not even inches. What it would millimeters? I mean, a little deflection like that hits the junction of the crossbar and the goal post, goes in the net. Unbelievable. Maybe that's a winning goal. Unreal. That's how fine of a line it can be in the NHL playoffs these days.
Vanek McCulloch for Pyatt. Korpikoski with Fiddler. Saved by Howard, rebound. And Zetterberg in front of Pyatt, preventing him from getting a shot. Stewart ahead to Filppula. Bertuzzi streaking up the left side. He went into the middle. Knocked down by Fiddler, coming back. Right back in for Filppula. Fakes the shot. Now he shoots it blocked. Zetterberg comes over to intercept. McCulloch there before Bertuzzi. Hit him hard. Red Wings come right back in. Here's Zetterberg again. Stops. Looks to the middle. Spinorama play. And Lepisto.
They do a good job. I feel that just they close them down. Two guys just absolutely like a blanket.
Ansel to Pruka. Datsuk knocked it back to center. Rafalski to Lidstrom. Less than a minute to go in the second period. Shots 27-23 Detroit. Leading 1-0 in the power play goal, and no icing here as Datsuk's first in to get it. Plays it along the near boards. Stick broken. As Datsuk will have to go to the bench. Lidstrom to retrieve it. He'll ring it around, but knocked down by Hansel along with Kruka, who plays it in behind again. Lidstrom gingerly to center, peeked up at the clock. Derek Morris turns in his own zone. Ahead for Kruka. Fired in deep by Lombardi. Cronwall got knocked down. Aziz put it in off the dasher, in behind the net. Oh, dangerously close as the period comes to its conclusion. Great stops by Jimmy Howard. He stopped all 23 he's faced. And the Red Wings get one. John Keating in our BMW second intermission will guest with one of the Phoenix Coyotes. We'll hear from that man, Mike Babcock, with the good hair. And Larry Murphy, speaking of good hair, will break down the second period.
Well, 26-23, not much to give and take from on either team here, but again, Phoenix power play, anemic so far, and Detroit has the only goal on their power play. That, as I said earlier, can be the difference in the long run.
In the Call Sam studios we go. Mickey York.
All right, Kenny, thank you very much. We have a lot to get to during this second intermission report. Larry Murphy and his good hair will be here, and we'll show you all the highlights and stats through 2 periods of play. But coming up next, John Keating will check in from the Phoenix hallway with their thoughts through 2 periods. Right now, they trail Game 4 1-0 after 40 minutes of play.
Just in advance of the third, John Keating with head coach Mike Babcock. Your concern coming in was to outwork the Coyotes. Are you seeing a higher want-to level tonight?
Oh, I think it's been a good game. I think they're really battling, and we're battling. There's no room out there. It's very evident in how the game's being played. It's hard to get through the neutral zone. It's hard to get speed to get to the net. But we've really done a good job for 2 periods, and we have to continue to do that. So stay aggressive, go after them physically.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond, upstairs to you guys.
Thank you, John. During the intermission, I had a chance to speak with Rob Schick, the supervisor of officials. On that Filppula no goal, what they reviewed was, he said you couldn't do this another 100 times to get it to land like that. But even though you see the puck come down on its side and you see a little bit of white, picture an imaginary line from the goal line straight up to the crossbar. The entire puck has to be over that, even if it's on edge. It can't be the bottom part over and the top part hanging on the goal line. It's got to be straight up and down. Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, and if you take that picture into your mind and think that puck's on the ice and it slides in, the whole puck, once there's a little white behind the goal line and the puck, everything's already in the back of the net. But when it's on its edge like that, it actually came down right on the edge where it popped out.
Right.
And not in. I mean, that's
strange
just
bounce.
Talk about millimeters.
Yep.
Holy smoke.
And Rob also told me they were reviewing the Zetterberg high stick, had nothing to do with Todd Bertuzzi. And obviously they ruled the Zetterberg stick was below the crossbar. Good goal. The Red Wings have the power play goal and lead 1-0. Franzen tries to get through. He'll tag up and now can go in after.
It's a pretty important first 5 minutes here. I mean, it's important 20 minutes, but first 5 minutes, very important for Detroit to contain momentum.
Here's Datsuk to the net. Oh, and a good try right there with Cleary and Franzen going to the goal, and Brizgalov stopped it.
Way to go to the net with your stick on the ice, boy. And Cleary's very good at that, and Datsuk's waiting. Finally just flips it there for one of those two guys. And Brizgalov makes another good stop.
This is the first time in this series the Coyotes have trailed Detroit after 2 periods. Big hit by Helm on McCulloch. Sent him flying.
Did he ever surprise him with that hit?
Cornwall feathered it back for Stewart. Another big hitter.
Here they come again, 2 of them.
Stepniak for Fiddler. And it's back into Detroit territory. Up the middle, off the skate of Helm to his stick. Shoots it in. Rocks on pass. Draper takes it free from Morris. Kicked it ahead. Morris regained control and gave it to Stepniak, but not out as Bertuzzi had blocked it. Now the Coyotes Fiddler will just dump it in as both teams change on the fly. Andreas Lilia. Brizgalov to stop it. Knocked down by a jumping Bertuzzi. Jovanovski moved it. Korpikoski. It's sent in deep by Volsky. Korpikoski with Volsky and Lombardi, who hustles back on Zetterberg, who couldn't get it past Jovanovski.
They're fast. They are really, really fast getting in on the puck, even on the dump ins. And I'd like to be able to say Detroit's slow going back, but they are just lightning quick, which means they got to be anticipating. Look at this hit by Helm. He really catches Mahalik, a clean shoulder hit. Good hockey hit by Darren Helm. But they got to be planning to dump these pucks in. The guy with the puck is not the guy you watch. It's the one without it. He's got speed. He knows it's dumping in, and he's got an advantage on the defenseman going back. He's got a turn.
Cleared in for Winnick. Hit by Stewart. Robert Lang back to Nopalainen. Back for Robert Lang. Taken to the boards by Holmstrom. Nopalainen. Sent it in deep where Yandel heads in front of the goal. Good opportunity there, and another shot went high. Lang.
Oh, might got a piece of that, Tim.
There goes Holmstrom. As Morris knocked it out to center. Ablocator back to the Phoenix line. And Nopalainen takes control for Morris. Yandel. Rabata sent it back that way. They were changing. Yandel wanted off. Meantime, Franzen carries in, along with Cleary. Franzen got his stick in there, but it's the Coyotes' Yandel who skates it. Now he'll finally get off on a change. Kruka, Rabata.
This line.
Lepisto sent it wide off the backboards. Howard shot it back there. Rabata on the intercept. To Martin Hansel behind the goal. Radim Bravata back to Hansel off Rafalski.
See that mismatch right there with Rafalski and Hansel? Not even close. Kid's too big for him.
Oh, and that was the line who got that big goal on Sunday.
Right, exactly.
Lidstrom and Rafalski as Kruka and Bravata work it smartly.
There's not many guys that can stay with Hansel. He's just way too big and strong.
Howard settles it there for the goal scorer, Henrik Zetterberg. And a 3-game point streak now for Zetterberg. 4 goals and 6 points in that time as that shot sent high. A reminder, the Red Wings McDonald's Player of the Game voting presented by Deluxe Angus Third Pounder. And here's how the voting is going. Jimmy Howard in the lead. What a save he made in period 2 off the face mask and then got the rebound off Stepniak, and that would have been an okay goal.
It would have been a goal, that's for sure. We'll talk about that a little more when we get a chance.
Helm to Eves. Eriksson back into the corner for Helm. Draper in front. Lilia moved up on Pyatt, who couldn't get it out. And then Draper was checked. And Fiddler with a long shot that deflects and Helm's away. Fleet of foot gets a shot. It was going wide. The Brizgalov tipped it aside anyway. Helm trying to spin off Jovanovski. Now they'll chase it down to the opposite corner. And they collide. Picked up by Fiddler. And a pass ahead is a good one for Lauri Korpikoski. Number 29, over to Finland, shoots it in. He has it again. Into the middle, intercepted.
Look out.
Holmstrom's pass for Ablocator didn't work. Lombardi in front. And just missing was Korpikoski. He's had some great opportunities this series. Another shot. As Howard came out to challenge that. All that off the turnover as Holmstrom to Ablocator didn't work.
You gotta be so sure, eh?
Yes, sir.
Boy. Hold your breath. Look out.
Here's a break in behind for the speed. So Lombardi sent it wide of the goal. He was going stick side. And he scored a beauty in this series with a clean break. Another shot, O'Coin just missing. The shooting gallery now. O'Coin's got a rocket, fires, and it's blocked. Hitting in front of that was Ablocator.
Good job by the youngster. Wow.
That's what it's all about.
Holy smoke.
Getting in those shooting lanes and helping out your netminder. Ablocator did right there. O'Coin waits. Off Lombardi, who wanted to the bench. Stewart with some room. For Zetterberg. Trying to get through 5 Coyotes. He lost the puck. Jokalainen. Into the corner he goes with Stewart, who hits him. Puck's loose. Bertuzzi has to come back to get it on Lang. Zetterberg. No help with him. He'll just dump it in as the Red Wings will get a change going here. Jokalainen got bumped by Draper. Winnick away from a hit from Helm. Yandel with a shot. Just skidded wide. Backhand by Hansel. Hit back of the net. Came together back there with Draper. Yandel across for Derek Morris. Long shot in wide of Howard. Kruka will wrap it back in, and it comes around for Draper. Clears the zone. Comes back for Morris one more time. Approaching 7 minutes gone here in the third period. Red Wings with the only goal at Zetterberg on the power play. Datsuk. The shot, oh, that nearly fooled Brizgalov.
Where did he leave his post?
That's what they're asking in San Jose.
All right.
Nabokov. Here's LaPista. Across center, and he'll get it in and go in after it. Franzen for Datsuk. Couldn't get through 2. Korpikoski. Oh, Franzen stepped into him. Well, the Swedes don't like the Finns as it is.
Never
There's
did.
more impetus. Here's Miller. Had it knocked off his stick. And no icing. And Lilly will go back and get it. Well, they're going end to end here without a stop. Justin Ablocator. Ablocator's shot is deflected up into the netting. Red Wings lead 1-0 and nearly 2 on this strange one from Pavel Datsuk off the deflection.
12:08 to go, third period, 1-0 Detroit. The goal has been credited to Todd Bertuzzi so far here tonight. And it's been a physical game. Detroit on the score sheet, if you will, has out-hit Phoenix by a pretty good number. None better than that hit right there by Aaron Helm. Here comes one by Franzen. Geez, you could hear that one up here in the broadcast booth. Franzen making contact right there with Korpikoski at center ice. Boy. And we got a grinding third period going now.
Zetterberg off that faceoff. Red Wings trying to get a win here tonight to make it a best 2 out of 3. We'll have Game 5 for you Friday night from Glendale, Arizona. 9:30 Red Wings live right here on Fox Sports Detroit and in high definition. Verbata up along with Kruka, who gets hit and knocked down along with Stewart.
Ooh, he's behind him.
Bertuzzi. Backhand shot. Holding the post that time. Brizgalov. Zetterberg. For Bertuzzi. Quick shot. He goes after it again. Got it down low into Filppula. Played it with his skates. Got it up to his stick. Back to the line. Stewart in Lidstrom-like fashion. Backing up. Got the shot away that Brizgalov stopped.
Oh, that was pretty acrobatic right there. He lost his goal stick at the same time. Well, Filppula did a good job to protect the puck there and get it to the net. It's a nice save by Ilya Brizgalov, 30th shot on goal. Phoenix has 3 quality scoring chances at least in this period. They do not have a shot on goal.
Strange. Eves.
So much for the numbers that hit the final sheet, eh?
True. And they still haven't officially changed, you know, the
I know.
Bertuzzi goal to Zetterberg. Think Holmstrom will get it tomorrow?
I don't think this time. Not this time.
Gorbakovsky got belted by Draper. Jonathan Erickson. Pass up the middle. Missed Draper, but no icing. Derek Morris. Ahead to Yandel. Into the Red Wing zone for Pyatt. Seems to be going stick side a lot on Jimmy Howard.
They really are.
They must have missed about 10 shots on that side in the last 20 minutes of play or so.
Looking for an interference call there, didn't get it.
Here's Datsuk right in.
What a
save by Brizgalov.
What a save.
On lead pass, miss Cleary. Now they'll jump on this for icing.
Holy mackerel. They're looking for a penalty call for interference against Phoenix when Franzen tried to go down onto the outside. They don't get it. Right here. Referee's right there too, and then Datsuk receives the puck. Comes in late. Never got the puck where he wanted to get it. It kind of flubbed off his stick. Watch this thing. He tries to go up. Doesn't get it.
Boy, and how open was Franzen?
Doesn't get it. Yeah, I know.
Good. Franzen comes in to take this draw. Strong on the puck and got it back for Lidstrom. As we're at the halfway point here in the third period, Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond in the broadcast booth. Glad you're with us tonight for Game 4 on Fox Sports Detroit. Puck is stabbed at there by Rafalski at center.
Jeez, big hit. Oh, got a penalty.
Yes, we do.
Franzen corked.
Delayed call. Stepniak threw it back to the line to Aucoin. Blocker to side by Howard.
Woo, what a big hit by Franzen. We'll have to see this again. The referee thinks it's a penalty, and we'll be back. Well, Red Wings have to kill a penalty power play now to Phoenix, and this is the reason why. Watch Franzen come in. Boom, he levels Lepisto. They called it roughing. He's been on the receiving end of a couple of heavy hits tonight. I don't know if he touched the puck with his hand there or not as it went down, but he was like a corkscrew. So a very, very big penalty kill for the Red Wings, leading 1-0 here. 9:40 to go in the third.
Phoenix 0 for 3 tonight on the power play. John Howard the save, and the rebound right to Henrik Zetterberg. The Red Wings have killed off the past 10 Coyote man advantages. Remember, Phoenix without their captain tonight, Shane Doan. They say he could be back Friday, but that remains to be seen with the right shoulder injury.
Well, Phoenix has already, that faceoff they won, but Zetterberg recovered nicely. They already won a game, and that was game 1 on a faceoff in the deep zone on a power play, and Morik's the same guy. Ripped it past Jimmy Howard, so his faceoffs are going to be absolutely crucial. Deep zone.
Good bounce for the Red Wings as Eves will send it down, and he and Helm will go to the bench for a change. Miller coming over the boards, along with Danny Cleary. Radim Bravata. Long shot. Blocker saved by Howard. Hansel. 2 big men back there as Lilia turns with him, along with Robert Lang back there too. The point to Yandel. Feeds off as Bravata goes back that way. Yandel threw it across, and Lang didn't get a shot. Loose in front. Oh, and sent wide.
Not go in.
Crowd in front as Aucoin couldn't get it through. Bravata for Lang.
Yandel.
Lang one more time. Half boards where he worked a lot in the Red Wing power play. Herod when he's there. Miller wearing the old number 20 of Lang. Couldn't clear it out. Puck down in the corner.
Oh, baby, look out. Look out there. Oh boy, now they're going to see him. There goes the goaltender. He touches it. They want to give it to Detroit.
They do. With 17 seconds left and a face-off with the power play coming deep anyway in the Red Wing zone.
This was an unfortunate tie-up, really, for Lilia. He got his stick in there and could not get it out.
And Hansel made sure he couldn't.
That's right. And even though he let one hand off of it, they have to make that call. It's a call you can't ignore. Oh my goodness. Will Dave Tippett call a timeout? Will Mike Babcock call a timeout? 7:58 to go. 17 seconds, and never was a face-off bigger than this one right here. If they win a face-off Detroit and clear the puck, it could almost buy them the 17 seconds till Franzen comes back.
There's the face-off totals tonight. Phoenix wins that one with a 5-on-3 here. Tipped by Stewart. Goes to Morris. Fakes the shot. Yandel doesn't shoot it. Zetterberg was in the lane. Yandel's got it again. The shot went wide. Morris moves over. 5-on-4 now. Down low they go with it. In front for Yandel. And the Red Wings clear. Couldn't get enough on it. 90 seconds left on the Phoenix power play. Morris for Stepniak. He got hit hard by Stewart. Lombardi chipped it in. Wojtek Polski in the corner. Always dangerous. Jovanovski.
Look at this crowd.
Through the seam to Volsky. Lombardi missed it. Threw it in behind for Stepniak. Intercepted Stewart. Cleared by Hellman down.
Look at this crowd. They're on fire here at the Joe.
Under 7 to go in the third. 50 seconds left in the Lilia penalty. Coyotes on their 5th power play. Mishandled by Lombardi. Now they'll carry in. He never did get good position. This cleary was all over Jovanovski. Half minute left in the man advantage. Brought back Volsky. Taken away. Helm cleared it. 20 seconds left in the Lilia penalty. The only goal in this game has come on the power play from Zetterberg. In the second period. Conwall and Hansel, Verbata off a leg, pinball back, turning. Puck's loose, Eaves ties it up. Penalty over, Lilly out of the box, he's open at center. Lidstrom tried to get it out that way, didn't work. Verbata to the corner. Hansel fanned on it. Eaves has it. Helm will force the issue on Morris. Crowd standing, loving this. Korpikoski across center and in. Rafalski first on it, lost it to Pyatt. Robert Lang back of the net. Back to the line. The shot by McCulloch was deflected.
Right to the scramble mode here.
Loose puck. Lang can't find it. Filppula to Bertuzzi, and he'll just backhand one down. Filppula forcing McCulloch out of the pocket. Zetterberg coming in to help. Lepisto's got it. Sammy Lepisto for Laurie Korpikoski. Oh, and just missing that hit was Bertuzzi. And he maybe let the hit go.
No kidding.
Not to risk a penalty. Korpikoski to Tobolski. Saved by Howard. He'll hold on. Crowd into this one. Their team up by 1, looking to even the series at 2.
Game 4 in Ottawa between the Penguins and Senators. Pittsburgh leading the series 2-1. 1-0 Pittsburgh in the second. Sergei Gonchar forces the turnover. He loses it, but guess who's there to bury it? Sidney the Kidney with his third of the series. Pens up 2-0 at that point. Now 6-3 Pittsburgh after 2 periods of play. We'll have more from that one and complete Game 4 post-game reaction coming up as soon as they're done at the Joe. But right now, we'll get you back to Ken and Mick for the final minutes of Game 4. Gentlemen.
Well, in that second period, Mick, the referee called up that Todd Bertuzzi got the goal, but video review showed Henrik Zetterberg got it, and it's time for tonight's Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment. It's not officially Zetterberg's goal yet, but
it's a goal.
It's a goal.
We'll take it. Question mark. 1-0 Detroit. That's it. 4:45 to go. And it is really tough sledding out there right now.
6 points and 4 goals the past 3 games for the goal scorer Henrik Zetterberg. Off a draw, another face-off win Detroit. And hit the linesman, and it's into the Phoenix bench. So we'll get a face-off Place a small deposit on 2010-11. Red Wings season ticket plan now and enjoy current benefits like priority on this year's playoff tickets below box office prices. Operators still standing by to take your call at 313-396-7575. Morris feeds one back for Yandel.
Yandel's been jumping up into the play. There he goes again.
He's a good player. Lidstrom. Datsuk with Cleary. Lombardi back. Bumps with Cleary. Gives to Datsuk. Hit by Volsky. There's Franzen. Angled it back to Lidstrom. Into Franzen. Across shot. Scores! Pavel Datsuk pulls the trigger. And it's 2-0 Red Wings.
Wow.
4:07 to play.
What a pass. What a pass and what a release by Datsuk.
You said the Red Wings big guns had to come through. They have tonight.
Look at this pass and a release by Datsuk. I'm in the dressing room with Datsuk at 5 o'clock. And he came walking by, hit the crossbar and goes in. And I said, Pavel, up over the arm. I said, oh, that's right side because you're a left-hand shot. He said, yeah, if I shoot. I said, then shoot it. And boy, did he ever shoot it there. Holy mackerel. What a beauty.
Franzen gets the first assist. We'll give Mr. Redmond the second.
Way to go, kid.
That's your first assist in a long time.
You're darn right. I had one last night in an alumni game.
Oh, good.
Didn't count for quite as much. Oh, that's the way to shoot the puck, Pavel. Bingo.
Well, Pavel Datsuk gets his second goal of the postseason. That's one more than he had in 16 games last year, and that's a good sign, too, and he's healthy.
Wow. Well, this crowd, absolute sold-out Joe Louis Arena, has been really into it tonight. They were all over the Red Wings in a positive way. 5-on-3 for 17 seconds, and then 5-on-4 for the remaining minute and 43. The chants were there. The Red Wings responded, killed it off, and have just made it 2-0 with 4:07 to go. Wow. That's pretty to watch.
Well, the Red Wings have won their past 5 Game 4s when they trail 2-1 in a series, looking to make it 6 in a row, and Pavel Datsuk's helped in that regard with a 2-0 lead. Franzen and Lidstrom assisting. 4 minutes to go in the third period. Howard. That's cleared around as Bertuzzi goes after it. Yes, it is, and he can negate an icing, and he will. Bertuzzi leaves for Zetterberg. Great move. Around Jovanovski for the scores! Henrik Zetterberg! 3-0 Detroit with 3:42 to play.
I think Zetterberg banked this in off the goaltender. Nobody in front. Cleary was there. And we might as well make this our Volkswagen VW drive to the game, or drive to the net.
25 seconds apart.
Bertuzzi negates the icing. Zetterberg avoids Jovanovski and just throws it to the front. This goes in off Brizgalov, I believe, all by himself. Bad goal, doesn't matter. 3:42, 3-0. This baby should be over, and this series should be tied.
5 goals, 7 points the past 3 games for Henrik Zetterberg, and give him 44 playoff goals in 89 playoff games. Back of the net. Helm digs it free. Hopped over a stick, Cronwall going after it. Well, officially, that's Henrik Zetterberg's 4th of the playoffs. Perhaps after the game, he'll have 5.
Another assist for Todd Bertuzzi, and that's at least his 4th of the series.
And Stewart getting the other helper in his 100th career playoff game. And Franzen, who assisted on the Datsuk goal, has at least 1 point in each game now for Johan Franzen, with 4 points in 4 games. Long shot. High and over top of the goal.
Now this is not going to go down. It'll go down on the score sheet as a 3-0 game or so. but that's not what this game was by any means.
Okalainen played to the middle. Zetterberg to Filppula. Playing it deep, taking no chances of an intercept. And an odd man rush the other way. Zetterberg. Morris takes him to the boards with a strong lower body. Winnick. That's cleared in. They're offside on the delay. Howard will play it along, and now the whistle will go.
He's hearing the cheers of Jimmy, 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 and you know what that's for. 3-0 is the score. And a summary right there. Bertuzzi credited with the first goal on the power play. Made Detroit 1 for 3 at the time. Make that 1 for 4. Datsuk and Zetterberg 1 for 3. I was right the first time. Datsuk and Zetterberg. After that, brought to you by Jeep.
Our Jeep game summary, and Mick. So right now, Henrik Zetterberg has 4 playoff goals, tying him with Michael Samuelsson and Nicholas Backstrom for the playoff lead. But if it's changed officially after the game, Bertuzzi to Zetterberg, as of this moment, Henrik Zetterberg will have the goal-scoring lead in the Stanley Cup playoffs with 5.
Oh, sweet. That's out of play, and that'll be a penalty. To Pavel Datsuk.
Shot it from inside his own line, yep.
Yep. Yeah, all Swedes. Backstrom.
You're right.
Samuelsson. And Zorro. Henrik Zetterberg. Z-Man.
Well, Chris Stewart's the lone one messing it up. You got 3 Swedes, and then you got Filppula, you got Volsky, and you got Plekanec, you got Malkin, and Kostitsin.
Well, everybody's in a happy mood. It'll give me an opportunity to say happy birthday next week to Dave Laskowski. New Baltimore. Way to go, Dave. Turning 68 on the 28th. Happy birthday, kid. Enjoy the Red Wing win tonight here on Fox Sports Detroit.
So the Red Wings need a penalty kill here. And you know why.
Well, more importantly, though, too, not so important, but more importantly, yes, it is. Keep Phoenix's power play down. It's been anemic to this point in the series, except for one game, and you don't want to give them any momentum on a power play now with this game out of hand.
They're 0 for 7 the past 2 games, 0 for 5 tonight.
Right. And don't think they don't know it. What happened in game 1 was an aberration, and as I said when this game started, Detroit can win this series on their power play alone if they keep things going that way.
Coyotes got all 3 in the power play in game 1. Perfect bounce. Less than a minute to go. Very long shot. Easy save by Brizgalov. Crowd standing. Morris, long shot, stopped by Howard. Erickson will send it down.
I'll tell you something else I just really thought about, just been so into this game, is Jimmy Howard rebounding after a not so very good game in game 3 and having an outstanding night tonight. Remember the big saves he made in the second period? And a great job by the kid to
One knocked his mask off from Yandel's shot, and he stopped the rebound on Stepniak, and had he not stopped it, it would have counted because Red Wings didn't have possession. That's right. It was a huge save. 15 seconds left. That's fired in. In the corner it goes, in front of the net.
We'll
let the crowd count it down. This series all tied up at 2, going back to Phoenix for Friday night. Jimmy Howard, his first career playoff shutout.
Well, the Phoenix Coyotes have nothing to put their head down about. Boy, they played themselves one whale of a hockey game here in game 4. There wasn't much to choose. Final shots 35-29 Detroit. But boy, it was a real slugfest here tonight. And the box score at 3-0 will not even closely indicate how close this game really was.
And we really don't officially know who got the game-winning goal yet. It was either Zetterberg or Bertuzzi. We think it's Henrik. The refs think it's Bertuzzi. We'll figure it out. Here's Bud Lynch with the 3 stars.
Had 6 for a game total of 29. Detroit had 9 for a game total of 35. Tonight's 3 stars, selected by the hockey writer Macomb Daly, Chuck Plinus. Star number 3 from the Red Wings, number 13, Pavel Datsuk.
Darren Helm
Star
jumped the gun.
number 2 from the Red Wings, number 44, Todd Bertuzzi.
Well, he was good, but we know the first, but boy, no Zetterberg.
Our number 1 for the Red Wings, 35, Jimmy.
Feel good about that, Jimmy. You should.
Well, somebody, I don't know who it was, but number 40, Zetterberg, has got to be a star in our book. There's no question about that.
Yeah, and Datsuk, I guess they misread down there, 13:43, so Helm came out.
They won't quibble over that.
No, they won't. And 3-0 Red Wings win. We've got plenty more to break down this game. We'll send it right now, though, to the Call Sam Studios in Mickey York.
All right, guys, thank you very much. And thanks to tonight's victory, this series just turned into a best of 2 out of 3. We have John Keating working the Red Wings dressing room. He'll be bringing us interviews from there. We'll take you to Mike Babcock's post-game press conference. All of tonight's Game 4 highlights and Larry Murphy's analysis as well. And it all starts in just a couple of minutes on another special playoff edition of Red Wings Live from right here in the Call Sam Studios.
Becca here for Honda Bloomfield. Have you had enough of everything getting smaller? Ready to go big? Really big? It's the